Welcome to Live from the Artisan Studio at Brucemore. Now, today's guest has...
Can we start that again?
Yeah.
I want to clap too when you're coming on.
Okay, all right.
Just standing here.
All right.
Perfect.
Hey, welcome to Live from the Artisan Studio at Brucemore. Now, today's guest has written and performed his music in Hollywood films and a cartoon series, and he's traveled all over the place, all over the world. Just last month, he was actually touring with a rock legend, which we will get to later. Just a Wednesday for Dan Bern. Despite all of those successes, Dan remains an incredibly sweet, funny, talented musician with a heart of gold and who considers himself a Midwest boy at heart. Now, saying that, it was his suggestion that today's theme be growing up in Iowa. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Dan Bern.
Well, you could climb the water tower, see clear to Cedar Rapids. When I was growing up, we all got sick from drinking, and we all tried marijuana when I was growing up. You could drive, it seemed like hours, and never see a soul when I was growing up. A few folks got divorced, but more of them got married when I was growing up. I guess I never realized, traveling down those roads, what I had. But that ain't never how it works. Never stop to think, she never stopped. Some folks got left behind, but more of them got saved. And I was growing up.
I'm so excited, Dan. I am literally giddy. I have been looking so forward to having you here. Now, when we were talking about a theme for this show, I came up with sports. You're a huge sports fan. Humor, art. You may not know that Dan is a painter, right? And even politics could have been a topic, but we won't talk about that. But you came up with growing up in the Midwest and the Midwest in general.
Well, in a way, I thought all those things that you mentioned, the sports and the politics and the, it's all kind of contained in the songs that we thought about doing, and in just that topic, and it just seemed like, hey, coming back to Brucemore in this area, it's a chance to sort of dig into those stories and those songs.
Yeah. With all these opportunities that you've had, I would consider you a really sophisticated person and a worldly person.
Definitely.
No, but really, you've had a lot of opportunity in your life and a culturally rich life, right? Even though the backdrop for your childhood was a small town in Iowa, I know your parents, and you can talk, to them a little bit here. They raised you really well with a lot of culture in your household, and I don't think that their value can be underestimated as far as an influence on you, wouldn't you say?
Oh.
Your worldview,
Sure. I mean, it's, I'm either drawing from it or rebelling against it at any moment.
Yeah.
which is probably all the same thing. I mean, my dad played here at Brucemore many times. Classical piano, his own compositions, and, you know, the great masters. And my mom was a theatrical person and a literary person. My sister, you know, remains a hugely musical and theatrical person. So I had to find something to do within that realm that was of those things but not those things. So I guess that's why I followed the path I did.
Yeah.
So all that stuff is there in everything I do, and sometimes I think I sing about it more explicitly, and sometimes, you know, just oblique here and there. But sometimes there'll be a song that's actually sort of goes into that.
Would you mind sharing one of those with us that kind of reflects your Midwestern sensibilities?
I could do that, yeah.
Great.
Let's do that. Well, when I was just a kid out in the Midwest, you grew your hair as long as it could go. Farm boys got down in the dirt and wrestled. Well, topsoil drift far as Ohio. We got our records up at the hardware. Spent every last dime on rock and roll. But on the radio it was Merle and Hank and Johnny, Buck Owens, Jimmy Rogers and George Jones. Well, I grew up and I drifted from the Midwest, seen London, New York and Montreal. The music that we listened to had drum machines. We rocked as they kicked down the Berlin Wall. Though my young years sometimes felt like someone else's, every now and then hear it wafting low on the radio. Merle and Hank and Johnny, Buck Owens, Jimmy Rogers and George Jones. Silver wings, I'm so lonesome I could cry, stuck in Folsom Prison without you. I got a tiger by the tail, T for Texas. Blue must be the color of the blues. Scan the sunny skies of California, and I don't know where the days, the time have flown. And I'm looking in the mirror, don't know where that kid is gone, 'cause even now I got a young one of my own. And I wonder what's the music she'll show in her heart. Cartoon kids, they all sing rock and roll, but I make sure she hears Merle and Hank and Johnny, Buck Owens, Jimmy Rogers and George Jones. Silver wings, I'm so lonesome I could cry, stuck in Folsom Prison without you. I got a tiger by the tail, T for Texas. Blue must be the color of the blues. Blue must be the color of the blues. Thank you.
I came up here because I want you to do another one real quick. I'm going to interject one of my favorites called Black Tornado.
Oh,
Yeah. So if you wouldn't mind doing that for me, that would be great. It's one of my favorites, and how often do you get to hear West Des Moines in a song, right?
Unless you live there, then all the songs are about West Des Moines. Dowling, Harlan, I don't know. I've been speaking later and later in the day. Most days I don't talk till maybe 8 o'clock at night. It keeps me whole, keeps me holy, it keeps me way up in the mountains even when I'm on the road. Keeps me coming up for air, keeps me always on the run, it keeps me cool. And every place I go is one less place I could call home. Every girl I kiss, well, I just cross her off my list. I don't go far, I just go crazy. I buried all of my old clothes out in some field in West Des Moines. And if you judge me tonight, judge me by the songs I write. It's who I am to you. And there's a black tornado, a black tornado spinning around in my body sometimes. Black tornado, a black tornado spinning around in my body sometimes. Faster than I can describe. All I really know to do is grab the wheel and drive. I look for love, some adventure, and I try not to let my own breathing scare me off the road. There's a tombstone of my father I visit sometimes. There's a fresh grave of my mama gonna visit too. And there's a black tornado, a black tornado spinning around in my body sometimes. Black tornado, a black tornado spinning around in my body, son. There's a red tornado spinning around in my body sometimes.
Thank you for checking out our channel, and if you enjoyed your visit, make sure to hit the like button and follow us. Now, whatever's next for Dan Bern, it will not be unexpected, nor will it be a surprise. We're so happy to have him with us, and to quote lyrics from one of his songs, Jerusalem, if you must put him in a box, make it a big box with lots of windows and a door to walk through. Thanks for joining us live from the Artisan Studio at Brucemore.